video is 20 years, and so far, what have we discussed? We have discussed the clock dial. And what was the purpose of the clock dial? The purpose of the clock dial was to help you quantify where you are at this moment in life and perhaps determine to make change based on where those hands are on the clock dial. What was the second thing we talked about? The keys to the creation of wealth. What direction is the vehicle you're currently in moving? And is it moving fast enough in the right direction for you to address the challenges that you may be facing right now? MONAVIE is. Third, after we addressed the clock dial, was what? Why network marketing? Man, I wish so much that I could transfer straight from my head to yours all that I know about this industry, and even more importantly, I wish I could get from my heart to yours all that I know to be true about this industry. It is a better way if you can simply find the right vehicle within the industry, and that, of course, was why MONAVIE. We know late in this 20-year experience, I have come to understand that there's still something more. And that has to do with each of us as an individual. What am I becoming today? What are you becoming today? Irrespective of how great MONAVIE is, irrespective of how great this industry is, our own personal character is going to come into play. A person is going to see this venture to some degree the way they see you. Are you respected by your peers? Are you improving? Ask yourself this simple question. Are you more physically fit today than you were 6 months ago? Ask yourself this question. Has your character improved in the last 6 months, or have you in some way slid backwards? You see, I believe that we have to finally, having identified where we are on the clock dial, having identified these keys to the creation of wealth, having carefully studied the industry and determined that network marketing is right, and within the industry there's only one MONAVIE, finally it has to come down to, well, what about me? And so I want to encourage you to adopt this thought that we must also progress. It's not just about finding a better vehicle, it's about becoming a better operator of that vehicle. And that has to do both with the skills that we develop, but it also has to do with our own personal development. And so I'm going to encourage you to adopt your own daily disciplines. I will not impose my disciplines upon you, but I will encourage you to adopt your own. Those who know me well and have listened to me teach, they know exactly what I mean when I say daily disciplines. They've come to understand that daily disciplines done daily. And I know that's grammatically incorrect. Daily disciplines acted upon daily build character. And here's what I've come to understand, that if our character is being developed, then people will see in us something that is attractive. And when they see in us something that is attractive, then MONAVIE becomes a very easy decision. And so I have my daily disciplines. First, as it relates to my spiritual well-being. And I'm so careful here because I respect your version of spirituality, whatever it is, but I do encourage you to have one. I'm about the most open book there is, and so I'll share with you a bit of my life experience. I also am an active participant in my own faith. It matters not to me what your faith is, but I strongly encourage you to have one, and I encourage you to have daily discipline and act upon it daily as it relates to your spiritual well-being. Second is physical. The truth is that I like chocolate a lot more than I like spinach, but it's also true that I eat more spinach than I do chocolate. Why? Because, my gosh, my father, when he was my age, had already had cancer, he'd already had 2 heart attacks. It's not what I want. It's not what I want. I don't want to develop this income and then lack a quality of life simply because I've allowed my health to go away. Now, I'm not going to change my gene pool, and you're not going to change yours, but within the context of my gene pool, I can have daily disciplines that give me the very best chance as it relates to nutrition, as it relates to exercise, and of course, as it relates to the consumption of this extraordinary product, MONAVIE. But I have daily disciplines as it relates to my physical well-being, nutrition, and exercise. You know, every day, I go to the gym. Every day I go to the gym. Daily disciplines done daily build character. I found that our business is a daily momentum business, and I've also found that physical activity is a daily discipline. Because I went to the gym yesterday, this morning when I woke up, I wanted to go to the gym. You know what? If I allowed 5 days to go by without going to the gym, it would be as though I never walked in. That treadmill turns into a dreadmill. Daily disciplines done daily build character. And I encourage you to make a decision today to be more physically fit, not less, 6 months from now. And so I have daily disciplines as it relates to my spiritual well-being. I have daily disciplines as it relates to my physical well-being. I have daily disciplines as it relates to my mental well-being. I made a decision a number of years ago that I would only learn on purpose. And what do you mean by that? I think the world's full of people who learn by accident. Learn by accident? Yeah, all I would have to do, any night that I'm traveling, all I'd have to do is turn on the television set. I could watch a few movies. I could learn by accident. I could learn some things about relationships that had ruined my marriage before I got home if I acted upon them. I decided a long time ago that I would only learn on purpose. I'm very, very careful about what I let in here. I'm very careful about what I let in here, because what I see and what I hear is going to find its way to my heart, and that is then going to be evidenced in my behaviors. I've decided to only learn on purpose. I learned a long time ago, someone said, Randy, great people read great books. I won't tell you I'm a great person, but I'll tell you I hope to become one day, and so I read great books. What are you reading right now? What are you reading? What are you studying? What are you becoming? I want you to know that you are today becoming something. Are you becoming something on purpose, or are you just letting it happen? If you're just letting it happen, what you're becoming is not better. I almost promise you that's true. And so I have daily disciplines as it relates to my spiritual, my physical, my mental well-being. And finally, emotional well-being. What's that about? You don't even know me, but if all you've done is watch this video, you already know this. I'm moving a little too fast, aren't I? I walk too fast, I talk too fast, I eat too fast. It's all just a bit too fast. If I don't have the discipline to slow it down a couple of times every day and do some simple meditations, then at night, the ping pong ball in my mind won't stop. I'll be awake all night, and tomorrow I won't be who I want to be. And so I have daily disciplines as it relates to my emotional well-being. You see, I think that it's not just about identifying where we are on the clock dial financially. I think it might be wise for each of us to determine where are we on the clock dial personally. And sometimes, just as taking remedial action is appropriate financially, taking remedial action is appropriate personally. You know, it was late in this 20 years that I came to realize that. It was late in this 20 years. You know, for so long I thought, wow, if I just had a lot of money, that'd be the answer. And then suddenly one day I had quite a bit of money and I still wasn't happy. That was when I realized that success was not just external, but that success is also an inside job. And so I encourage you to act upon your own version of daily disciplines. My greatest hope for you is that you say yes to MONAVIE. My greatest hope for you is that you push yourself hard against the grinding wheel and develop the skills required to become a significant leader in this incredible company. My greatest hope for you is that you push yourself hard against the grinding wheel and that you don't just become a better leader in this industry and in this company. My greatest hope for you is that you just become better. Just become better. Be a little better husband. Be a little better father. Be a little better mom. Be a little better Dad. If those things happen, and if I am in some way able to influence you even 1 inch that direction, then our time together was well spent. Thank you so much.